The Australian government is very invested in preserving the natural ecosystems that we're here seeing today, in particular the Poplar Box Grassy Woodland ecosystems and the natural grasslands that dominate the Darling Downs. SQ Landscapes has invested in today's event, hoping to raise a bit of an awareness by identifying different indicator species. We're hoping it'll raise the appreciation for these systems and just generally get people to look after their space a bit more.
Cambodia Grassland Reserve is one of the largest areas of the grasslands that's left, which, given its size, that gives you some idea of how much it's been decimated. It's a pretty tiny area. In a grassland, it can look pretty boring and weedy, and a lot of people think it just needs a good mow, but it's actually really diverse. There'd be hundreds of species there, and they'd vary with time of year and season. We got to see Rhaponticum australe, which is Australia's only native thistle. It's a lovely pink flower on, and it was previously distributed right from Queensland right down through New South Wales and Victoria, and it's now extinct in Victoria. Why did it go extinct? Loss of habitat, conversion of its grassland habitat to cultivation, but it's also really palatable to herbivores. Dicanthium sericeum is Queensland bluegrass. It's a very widespread grass right across Queensland and right into Central Australia. Bluegrass seed head is distinctive. The colour of the leaves is bluey green. When the seed head blows away, it leaves these characteristic little fluffy tufts at the top of it, which stay for a long time. It's a good grazing grass, responds really well to fire, pretty robust, and will recolonise old cultivation fields as well. Poplar Box is Eucalyptus populnea. No other eucalypt looks like it. It's got very rounded, shiny leaves. It has a big grey trunk with classic, what we call box bark. They grow very slowly, so an old one might be thousands of years old, and they get hollow as they get older. Those hollows create really important habitat for hundreds of species in Australia that need hollows to nest or to shelter. Also really important koala tree. Poplar Box is one of those eucalypt ecosystems that has been quite heavily cleared on the Darling Downs, so that regional ecosystem is considered of concern. Tall oats grass was probably co-dominant with Queensland bluegrass. It can grow up to 2 metres high. There's amazing oat-like seed heads on it, very palatable for cattle. Get to know what native grasses are. If you know what things are, they suddenly aren't this messy thing that you just want to mow. They become this diverse ecosystem that you recognise and you know. Just the importance of trying not to disturb the soil, not slashing, and appreciating these grasslands.
The biodiversity values that are present in these ecosystems is really important to look after. If we can work to maintain the system values and get a balance with production, it's going to be a win-win for everyone. It's going to be a win-win for the farmers and for the ecosystem.